let's do this thing. And what does he immediately do? He goes and he rounds up his militia and says, okay, we got to prepare. Let's get going.
Yeah, exactly. He was a guy who put his money where his mouth is every time that it came down to protecting liberty. I mean,
And
he really did place his, you know, he put his head in a noose,
yeah,
knowing, after the king's uh, rebellion, after the king's act of rebellion, saying that proclamation of rebellion, saying that anybody who does anything even close to talking about armed resistance to the crown will be treated as a military prison, will be treated as a what do you call it, like an enemy combatant,
right.
and hanged by the neck until dead if caught. So all of those guys put their heads in a noose, right?
Yeah.
Every one of
Oh,
them.
and what a coup that would have been for the king to get Patrick Henry, because like I said, he was the Winston Churchill. He was the guy that was like, you know, uh, that again, to go back to that speech, it like ran through all the colonies like wildfire. It
Mhm.
was like John Locke's, you know, uh, what's the name of the pamphlet?
Essay
um,
on human understanding.
the
Are you talking about two treatises
oh,
on
I
civil
and
government?
anyway, it doesn't matter. My point
Anyway.
is, it went through like wildfire, fire,
Oh, you mean
and
Thomas Paine.
Thomas Paine.
There you
See,
go. Yeah.
musician brain.
Yeah,
Okay,
I got you. Yeah, Thomas Paine. Yeah, exactly.
but that was like that's what happened. It just flew and it was able to convince so many people, enough people. Let's just say that enough people to
Enough,
say,
yeah.
yeah, we need to do this thing. You know,
Yeah, and that's what we need. We need people to recognize their role and then to do that thing and do it consistently. We need people. We've got the situation now where everybody wants to be a general, and the suggestion that maybe you be a colonel instead of general, that just gets people upset today.
that's so
That hurts
powerful.
feelings, and I don't want to be subordinate to this guy, you know. So in so many ways, we need Patrick Henry today,
Yeah, yeah. To
in so
realize
many ways.
what your call is not necessarily to be the general, and maybe not even to be the colonel, but it's to be the guy that's going to bring the troops in. Spoiler alert: the colonialists win.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
they win, and I want to jump ahead to again. I think maybe if I'm going to call Patrick Henry one of the most unheralded founding fathers, this is I think the most unheralded aspect of his um, just tremendous life, and that is his resistance both to the Constitution and to both before and after it was ratified. Like and you mentioned about it before, but what what were maybe first of all, from my understanding, he was invited to the Continental Congress in order
Hmm.
to, and he just said, I smell a snake. This
Yeah,
is
he said, "I
not a
smell a rat." He
yeah
well, the official letter that he wrote uh, to the council said that he couldn't afford to go financially. But the truth is, he would write and say, I smelled a rat at that convention. He's like, I know that there are people there that their goal is to create a consolidated central government. And he's like, we can get what we need to have done through amending the Articles of Confederation.